Yeah. Anyway, this is a maco 75 that I got. It's been in the closet, in the shed, and everything. But anyway, it had been messed with pretty bad. Transformer burned up. I don't know. They messed with all this. I took everything out. And what I'm gonna do is I went and looked at my shed, and I've got a Kendrick Eagle 200 transformer I saved years ago. There it is. And what I'm doing now is get my soldering iron hot, and I'm going to extend the wires a little bit. I'm going to solder some new wires on the end of it, you know, and put some heat shrink on it, and I'm going to mount this transformer in that box, and I'm going to make me a tube tester out of it. And just thought it'd be neat to show you what it's like when I solder a little bit. Alright, that's what it looks like when you solder it. And then you just slide this heat shrink right over the edge of it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it without looking at it. There you go. Slide it over the edge of it. And then this one I twist it up, and I put a little, you know, a little rosin on there, flux. And I'm going to solder it. I had to go get some solder. And I'm going to do it just like the rest of them. I'm going to just heat shrink them and had to extend them out enough to use them in this box, because this one was like made on a ground plane with a circuit board, and this one, the transformer come way down underneath here and hooked up, so I had to make this a little longer to hook up to where I needed to go. Anyway, alright, now the heat shrinked up. I went ahead and soldered that other one, and I got them heat shrinked. So next thing's putting it in that cabinet, so we'll get that in there and solder it up and show you where it goes. And a little bit wanted to be in the action. Yeah, hey little bit, come here girl. That's my baby cat right there. She's about 8 years old. She's a good old kitty. She was the run out of the bunch, and she's a big old cat. Anyway, now that I got the transformer mounted in here, trying to figure out where I want to put everything, so I'm going to make a little power strip with capacitors in it. I'm going to use these. They're 330 at 220. I'm going to use 6 of them. So what I've done is I come over here with some copper, and I'm just going to cut this out right through here and make me some little capacitors. This will be like the plus, and then, you know, we'll have it in there, you know, a certain way or whatever. And then it comes down here, comes over, and this will be negative. Or we can make this the plus and the other negative. It don't really matter to me. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to hook all this up and have some diodes in here and stuff. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this out next and solder some caps and resistors in there. Yeah, alright, here's a capacitor bank I made up. It's all them little capacitors. And like I said, I was guessing between 60 and 70s right there. And it's supposed to be probably around 80s, but I got my meter out just to check, make sure what UF I got. And let's see, got about 75.6 on my filter capacitor. I'm gonna do these right here across it, 200K, half watt, and just bridge the capacitor bank, and then I'll be back. My thinking in my head was right. It was gonna be around 60. I made a mistake. Oh well. Alright, my positive come this way, and I was supposed to cut another gate down here to start back over where I could have a negative here and my positive here. I forgot to cut the gate, so I cut it out and put a 14 gauge, 16 gauge copper wire from here to here. And you know, so it's gonna work. It's just my test amp anyway. But I was gonna show you my mistakes.